Well, hey, Jessica. Yeah, so right now the tide is high, so these boaters are not having any problems. They're not struggling right now. But when the tide is low, there's a sandbar sitting directly on the other side of the entrance to this boat launch, and it's causing problems for boaters and even some potential safety issues. 30,000 boaters launch from the 10th Street boat launch in Everett every year.
Sure.
Dave Miller is one of them.
This is the prime season for the coho. They're coming in, and they're coming in strong this year.
Miller is chairman of the Everett Coho Derby, the largest fishing derby along the West Coast. It kicks off this weekend.
So tomorrow morning and in the afternoon when people are pulling the boat, we're going to be okay with the tides.
The tide is a make-or-break situation for the day's boaters due to a massive sandbar that formed just beyond the launch's property.
So at an extreme low tide, they may be able to launch out of the launch here, but they might get stuck just beyond the launch.
According to the port, the sandbar is new, forming over the last several years due to storm events that have pushed an unprecedented amount of sediment out of the mouth of the Snohomish River. And it's a safety concern as fire, police, and Defense Department vessels use the launch during emergency situations. And the sandbar is in a no man's land, directly between the port's property and the Army Corps of Engineers property.
What we're doing right now is seeking emergency authorization to create a channel through there so that at any tide level, we know that emergency responders can get out.
The port has to wait for permit approvals before work on the sandbar can begin.
Just 10 years ago, after 10 years of accumulation, we dredged out 25,000 cubic yards. And to put that into perspective of what we're dealing with today, we're dredging out 41,000 cubic yards. And if we get that connector channel through the emergency authorization, it would bring us up to about 50,000 cubic yards.
But Miller says it won't slow down the Coho Derby.
It's not a problem until we have a negative tide, and that's when it's really becoming a problem. Yeah, so if you watch your tides and stuff like that, you're good.
Now, dredging of the boat launch is expected to finish in February, but the port has to wait for those permits before they have an estimate on when dredging can even begin on the sandbar. And as for funding, that comes from 3 different agencies. It comes from the port, it comes from the city of Everett, and it comes from Snohomish County's capital expenditures. Live in Everett, Kayla Lafferty, King 5 News.